Hi there! In today's video, I'm going to share 6 ways that you can increase your returns from property investment. My name is Natasha Chumia. I'm the founder and director of Diaspora Connect, and on this channel I like to give you information and inspiration on the Zambian property market. So if you like the sound of that, then don't go anywhere. Now, I speak to a lot of you, and I know that you want to be property investors, but some of you just don't know where to start. So I'm going to share 6 ways that you can increase your return from property investment. If you like the sound of that, give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Before I get into this video, if you haven't watched our previous video that I did on the mindset of a rich property investor, make sure that you pause this video, go and watch that one. It's a great precursor to this video, and then quickly come back to this video. So in this video, I'm going to focus on the residential market. So you want to buy a residential property, but how can you ensure a good return from that investment? I'm going to share 6 ways that you can do that. The first point is location, location, location. You've heard it before. One of the most important traits that you can look at when you're thinking about investing in a property is location. You want to make sure that you are investing in the right location. The second point is to assess demand. Now, in choosing the right location, you want to make sure that you are looking at an area where demand is already high or you know it's growing. Now, in some instances, when demand is really high, you may find that that area is saturated, and so you may even be more attracted to looking at areas where you know that demand is going to grow. And the important thing about assessing demand is that it's not necessarily the most expensive places. In fact, sometimes it's quite the opposite. You may find that medium and low-cost areas actually have the highest demand. The third thing that you want to look at if you really want to capitalize on your return on investment is to ask yourself short-term or long-term. And what do I mean by that? I mean the type of tenants that you are going to have for your residential property, because we are looking at increasing that ROI. So each has its pros and cons. If you go long-term is more stable. You have a tenant that is renting your property over the long term. The income and the rentals are more stable, but they tend to be lower. Now, if you go for short-term, that is short-term stays, then you may find that the revenue, what you're able to charge per night, is a lot higher, but that income might be more erratic because people are coming in and out of your property. But that's something that you definitely want to look at when you're thinking about investing in property and getting a really good return. The fourth thing that you want to consider is finding the right tenants. Now, I see it a lot where people want to put their property on rent and they kind of just allow anybody in there. Anybody who says, oh, I'm looking for a place to stay, I like it, let me give you the down payment now. But you know, if you really want to get a good return out of your residential property, then you want to be a bit more discerning about who your tenants are going to be. So what I found is that people who tend to have good returns with their properties will have some way of assessing their tenants. They'll ask for references, they'll get a bit more information to make sure that the income that that person is getting is more stable, and thereby they know that their rentals are going to be paid on time. The last thing anybody wants is somebody who packs up and leaves your property in the middle of the night and leaves outstanding rentals. Now, if you're going to go for the short stay option, there are a lot of different platforms that are available now that even allow you to review the person who's coming to stay at your property. So there are ways and means of making it work even for short stay. But the key thing is that you must have the right people using your property. The fifth point, and I think this is actually really important, is maintaining your property. So many property owners, so many landlords are happy to collect rentals every month, but they actually don't do anything in terms of attending to repairs or keeping that property in a good state. This is really key, and it has to be in your budget to make sure that as you're earning an income from that property, you put something aside that is going to be used for repairs and maintenance. And not only that, but what's also really important is to upgrade your property after every few years. You know, new properties are coming on the market all the time. And now tenants are also discerning. They want to stay in a property that has got really good amenities. So if it means that you have to put in a few air cons, if it means that you have to have provision for a washing machine, then make sure that you're upgrading your property. If you're good to your property, it'll be good to you. And my last and final sixth point is have a really good property team to support you. Being a landlord is not like being a solopreneur. So make sure you have a network of professionals that can help you maximize your property. Make sure that you know some really good estate agents that can help you find good tenants or good short stay visitors when you need them. Also, make sure that you've got a good property manager or some good people who can repair your property whenever those repairs have to be done. That's really key. And do you have also a good lawyer that can help you draw up your lease agreements? I don't need to say anything more on that point. You get what I mean? But make sure that you have a good team of property professionals so that your property, you can get as much as you can out of your property. So those were just some of a few quick tips from me. Now, I know some of you are already landlords and you're already property investors. So my question for today, for this video is, what tips or advice would you have on how you can maximize your returns from your property? Let's share, let's learn from each other. Please put your tips and advice in the comment section below. I'll be reading each and every one of them. Now, if you haven't watched it already, make sure that you watch the previous video that I did, which was the mindset of a rich property investor. If you didn't see that one, then it's a really good precursor to this video. All right, guys, I hope you found that really useful and informative. If you did, please give this a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos, and share this video with other Zambians in your community or other Zambians who you know are interested in property back home. Also, connect with us on social media. We love to see you there and chat with you there. And if you want to know more about what we do, then you'll see some informative links below this video, including links to free tools and resources that we have available to you. Otherwise, it's bye for now. Before I get into this